market and land your dream job. So get ready to learn actionable tips to level up your career. Please welcome Innie.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear
Good
me?
morning, Innie. Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning and good morning to everyone. I hope everyone is doing great today. I'm so excited to be with you guys to have this discussion with you. Um, Thank you very much, Tara Lenin, for the opportunity to speak on this very important aspect of employability and of work. I'm always very excited whenever I have this opportunity to come speak with young people, most especially about the workplace. And then, like I also tell people, the workplace is a very interesting. The world of work generally is a very interesting, yet challenging, right? Place to be. Okay, and it's very important that we understand how to stay and how we can grow on the job. But before I actually start, I want you guys to tell me one word, just one word, describe how you're feeling at this time. I just want to gauge the atmosphere and in the room. Just one word to describe how you're feeling this morning. Please, let's do that very quickly. Let's do that very quickly. Just one word to describe. And I want to believe I can see comments from. Yeah, okay, I can see. Yeah, Faith, thank you. Looking pumped up, right? Can I have more response, please? How are you guys feeling this morning? Just one word to describe how you're feeling this morning. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, great, great, great. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to be sharing my screen very shortly because I'm going to have a presentation. Yeah. So just give me a few seconds. Nice. Nice. Okay. Seconds. I want to believe everyone can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Sorry. I'm just put it on slideshow. Then we're good to go. Okay. Edet said, super great to be here. Yeah, super great to be here also. Thank you. So the topic for discussion basically this morning would be on how to stay and grow on the job. Like I tell people, like I said earlier, the world of work is a very interesting, very challenging place to be. And it's very important that we master the act of progress. Like I say, the world of work, would attract a lot and demand a lot from you, right? And it's very, very important and very, very necessary that you understand the ingredients, that are necessary for you to go on the job. Just having a few technical challenge here, but I'm going to resolve that quickly. So I'm going to stop sharing and then I will share again. Okay, yeah. Okay, just a few seconds again. Okay, I can see the interface keep changing regularly on Google Meet. Okay, yeah. So like I said earlier, talking about the world of work, right? With over 11 years experience, on this, so far in my career, one thing I say and I tell people is that I've never been out of work for a single day, right? So 11 years, moving from one. Of course, I've switched roles, I've switched jobs, right? But I've never been out of work. Okay, and that's because of the way actually planned it. Okay, and it's very, very important that we understand this morning that you can always plan how you want to progress, right, as far as your career is concerned. How you want to move from one level to the other, right? I mentioned it earlier that the world of work is not a sprint. It's not an 100-meter race, right? It's a marathon. Okay, it's a journey that will take you for decades, right? And one thing that is very, very important for us to understand this morning is that growth, on the job comes from the mindset of continuous learning, embracing challenges, and constantly delivering value. And like I was introduced earlier, my name is Innih Ikhide. I work with Jobberman as the head of youth engagement and learning, basically overseeing learning and development trainings across all the focus states where we're implementing the Mastercard Foundation project. I'm so excited to be here once again. Okay, please let us understand something that in today's fast-paced and competitive work environment, staying relevant and growing professionally is very crucial for success. The reason why you would be hired, right, or why you were hired in the first place was because you needed to solve a problem. No organization would hire anyone just for the fun of being paid salary. Okay, you're going to be hired to solve problems. So it's very, very important we understand that solving problem, okay, is very necessary as far as our career is concerned. You have to, how do you solve problem? How do you stay relevant? How do you continue to create value? All right, and also how you can continue to grow yourself. And this is a very important quote that I love for Ronald that says that unless you try to do beyond what you have already mastered, you will never grow. Okay. The world of work is changing. All right. Fast paced, like I said, and also very, very competitive. Very competitive because, my mentor, my boss will always tell me, right, that you must understand that the job you're doing, there are 1,000,001 people who can also do it out there, right? So it's necessary to understand that you must continue to solve problems. You must continue to create value, right? In order for you to stay relevant. Just want to confirm once again that everyone can hear me. Please, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
Okay, okay, great. And I want, I would always like to talk about soft skills, right? Because, like I always say, soft skills is the foundation of the future of work. There's a difference between technical skills, the technical skills that you have, and the soft skills that you have as well, right? Technical skills can get to the job, like we say, but soft skills would keep you on the job. Technical skills are those hard skills, right? Are your qualifications, the things you studied in school, your portfolio, your certification, and all that, right? And they are necessary for you at the point of entry, because before you get employed or before you get hired, you must have a very solid technical or hard skill, right? But staying relevant on the job and growing on the job, okay, you must, have soft skills. Okay, soft skills are very, very important ingredients, okay, an aspect or as far as our work is concerned. And this is something I believe everyone is familiar with, right? From the World Economic Forum that says that that's the future of work report of 2016, that complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, people management, and emotional intelligence are among the most important skills required in the workplace, right? And these are, top 10 soft skills, okay, that I want everyone to take note of. So if you're thinking of how do you build your soft skills, what are the most important or crucial, right, or fundamental soft skills that you need to build on? There's the critical thinking, very, very important. Like I said, your role, your responsibilities to continue to solve problems, continue to add value, right, and for you to also progress as a human being, right? So, analytical thinking and innovation, creativity, attention to details, complex problem solving, time management, leadership and social influence, emotional intelligence, active learning, and also learning strategies, right? These are top 10 soft skills. Now, I mentioned something earlier when I started my conversation that with my over 10, 11 years experience, I've never been out of job. I've never stayed at home because I was jobless, right? I've been transitioning from one role to the other. I started my career as an intern, right? So I went to a finishing school, where I actually learned soft skills, employability skills, and all that, right? And after that program, I was given an internship opportunity for 3 years, for 3 months rather. And after the internship opportunity, I became an associate, right? And after an associate, I became, started progressing to an assistant manager, to then a manager, right? To the head of a foundation, and then Jobberman as the head of youth engagement and learning, right? So you can always progress. You can always, climb up the ladder, right, and get to the zenith and get to the peak of your career. And I want to believe here that everyone on this call, we have our goals, right, and our plans as well. Okay, because you must ask yourself this question: what do you, how do you envision, right, the peak or the zenith of your career? How do you envision that to be? How do you envision that to look like? Okay, at the end of the day, before you retire, before your retirement, okay, at what level, okay, do you want to get to? What are you aspiring to become? Are you aspiring to be a CEO? Are you aspiring to be a managing director? Are you aspiring to be an executive director? Are you aspiring to be, like the owner or an entrepreneur, having your own business, being the founder of your own job, of your own business, your own platform? You can always achieve job stability, right? And why is job stability very important? Steady income, of course. The economy is not smiling like we say, right? You always want to remain, liquid. Okay, so steady income, better career growth. Better mental health as well, because like I tell my friends, any day I don't have something to do, right? I actually feel, I feel weird actually. It's actually a very weird feeling, okay, because I actually want to, you know, um, put my hand somewhere. What can I do? What can I solve? Right. Of course, better credit score, because when you have steady income, you can always plan financially, right, and also better retirement plan. Um, Now, I'm going to share a few strategies, right, on how to stay and grow on the job, because we just have a few minutes to share, right? So please, I want you to follow me on this journey. Let us explore the strategies together. Like I said, number one is you have to remain relevant, right? You have to remain relevant from the beginning of your career to the end. You have to remain relevant. I started my career, like I said, as an intern. Actually did procurement. I was in the procurement department. I did some office administration, the facility management, right? And then I transitioned to, training and, learning and development. Even at that, I started as a training coordinator, right? Coming to class, welcome facilitators, welcome speakers, either online trainings or virtual trainings, right? And from there, I developed the interest in also facilitating. So, from being a class coordinator, right, I transitioned into being a facilitator, started training people on soft skills. And then I remember that, yes, I actually went to a finishing school for 3 months, right? And I started, mentoring young people on the things I was actually taught back then at the college, right? And from them, I moved into project management, where I then transitioned to being the project manager, and then the head of the department, and then the head of the foundation, right? So you have to be, like I said, planning, right? Setting goals and plans, and having effective plans that can help you achieve this thing. Your goals or your dreams are actually very, very important, right? Think about your career in the order you want it to be. Okay, so for the first 5 years, what are the things you need to learn, right? For the next 10 years, how often do you actually want to continue to learn and in order for you to improve, right? So staying relevant is very, very important. Listen to me, like I said earlier, no organization would hire you just for the fun of being paid salary. You're going to be hired because the organization needs you to solve problem. And for as long as you continue to solve problems, for as long as you continue to create value, right, and stay relevant, you would stay and grow on the job. Now, embracing the growth mindset is very, very important, right? And there's a difference between the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Okay, the growth mindset is the mindset that sees failure as an opportunity to grow. Okay, and the growth mindset is a mindset that sees fail as a first attempt in learning, right? The growth mindset also sees challenges, that can help you grow and improve. The growth mindset sees feedback as a constructive mechanism or instrument, right? The growth mindset is the mindset that says, I want to try new things, all right? So this is actually the mindset we need to have, okay? Embracing the growth mindset, okay? The mindset that sees every opportunity, okay, as an opportunity to what to go and to improve. Very important. The growth mindset is very important. The next is, like I said earlier, setting clear goals, know your priorities, okay, and develop an effective strategy, and which should be an effective plan for you to be able to do what achieve your goals. So the SMART goals are, your goals should be specific, your goals should be measurable, should be attainable, should be relevant, and also time bound. Right. So for every of your goals, you must, like I said, have a time in which you want to achieve this. At what point do you want to further your study, right? Maybe you want to have your MBA, you want to have your MSc, you want to have a certification like what Terra Learning is offering. Okay, you must have that plan on how you want to build yourself. Okay, and there's so many platforms out there. There's so many learning platforms out there. Terra Learning, for example, is a perfect one where you can always go and upskill yourself, right? I'm the most important aspect to me in setting SMART goals is the T, because you must have the time frame on how you want to achieve all these, right? You can use your planner, you can use calendar, you can use a lot of instruments for you to achieve that. This is something I believe we've seen before, this Stephen Covey's time management quadrant, because you must learn how to manage your time. Effective time management is a critical soft skills, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so the quadrant one is saying for things that are urgent and important, what should be the action plan? The action plan should be do it, right? Just do it, like Nike will say, just do it. The second contract is the one that says not important, not urgent, but important, right? You have to learn how to plan for those things. The third quadrant is the one that says urgent, but not, important. You have to do what? Delegate. And the fourth quadrant is the quadrant that says, you're not urgent. At the same time, you're not important to me. Please don't come, stress me, don't come waste time. So you have to eliminate that. Okay, so please apply this to the Covey's time management quadrant, right, on how to effectively manage your time. Act like a leader, think like a leader. You also have to develop yourself as a leader, right? Because you would also progress, as you grow up, as you move up in your career. You become a boss, right? You become a manager. You become the head of a department, and all that. You want to be sure that you are leading your team effectively, right? So leadership skills, very, very important aspect, that can help you stay and grow on the job. And there's something fantastic that says that people become leaders by doing, just taking responsibility for their work, right? And also helping people to become the better version of themselves, all right? And you can attain this by, through self-awareness, purpose-driven, and also being very authentic, right? The next is define your approach to work. Recognize that your work is not merely a means of survival, but an act of rendering a service and getting value for your service as well. One of my sessions, that I facilitate for young people on, how to become indispensable at work, how to increase your work ethics, and also how to, land your dream job. My first question to them is usually, why do you need a job? Why do you need a job? And because that question gets people thinking, because I want you to understand that the reason why you should get a job, or the reason why you are looking for a job, or the reason why you want a job should not be because of the salary, because of survival. No, Okay, it should be because of the passion to solve the problem, right? It should be about the passion to become a result-oriented individual. It should be about the passion to what creates value, all right? Because when you do these things, right, money is not going to be a problem, okay? Because the more your value begins to increase in the workplace, okay, the more your benefits, your salaries, and all that would also increase. My very first salary over 10 years ago was 20,000 naira as an intern then, and I know a lot of friends who discouraged me. I was like, "Come on, I mean, you're bigger than this." Because truthfully, I mean, the amount I was actually spending at that time. Many, I mean, this was not even before the Tinubu economy. No one survives with that kind of money now, right? Couldn't even take me home for that month. But then I actually knew what I wanted for myself. Okay, because I already envisioned how I wanted my career to be. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, there's this formula that says pain versus gain. There are times when you just want to pass through some a painful moment because of something great you're going to achieve in life. So I actually knew it was a transition period for me. Actually knew I was going to pass through a lot of painful moments, right? But I knew what I wanted for myself. Okay, and trust, of course. I mean, I'm not earning that kind of money anymore, and I also consult, right? So apart from working for organization, I also consult for other training organizations, that conduct other forms of training, right? So, like I said, you must define your approach to work. Your approach to work should not be about just survival, right? It should be about pushing yourself, okay, in order to achieve the peak of your career. And I'm not going to leave here today without talking about continuous learning, okay, because we're in that era right now. Like I was just with one of my friends, and I was telling the person I'm going to have a second master's degree next year, and the person was like, "How about you just had your MBA like 3 years?" I said, "Of course, that's 3 years ago, right?" I mean, think of the thousands of Nigerians who, I mean, like we say it, have jackpot, right? They're in UK, they've gone to UK to study, they've gone to the US to study, they've gone to Canada to study, they've gone to all these places to study, they do their masters, they do their doctorates, they have different degrees. Why do you think they're actually acquiring those degrees? Is it because they just want to acquire it and just have it there? No. Okay, they're acquiring it because they also want to compete. Okay, so you're actually competing with 1,000,001 people, let me put it that way, who probably have more advanced skills than yours. They've gone to learn, they've gone to, they have a lot of clients, they've, worked with a lot of organizations. You're competing with those kind of people. So you don't want to remain obsolete, right? This is an era, this is a global market, like I said, this is a global village, like we describe the world. And remember what I said, the world of work is rapidly and constantly changing. Okay, and you don't want to be the fixed agent there where you just remain stagnant. You must continue to upgrade your skills. It is very, very important. Either technical skills, either soft skills, either IT skills, whatever it is, you must continue to do what? Upgrade your skills. Learning should be never ending, but always continuous. Okay, build strong relationship at work. They say your network is determines your net worth, right? So build strong relationships. Identify mentors, leaders, professionals that can help you grow in your career. Attend events, speaking events, professional events, so many of all those kind of relevant programs that can also help you. Okay, collaboration is very, very key. Okay, as far as staying and remaining on the job is concerned. So whenever you go for any event, make sure you network. Okay, don't just carry your bag and say goodbye and you go home. No, I mean, network with people, walk up to people, ask ask for their contact and their email, reach out to them. Okay, follow them on LinkedIn, right? But LinkedIn is a very, very fantastic platform where you can also build strong relationship, right? Like I always tell young people who are always scared to walk up to people to network. I say, what's the worst thing that can happen? What is the worst thing that can happen when you walk up to someone to say hi, to say hello, or to say, can I have a word with you? What is the worst thing that can happen. Will the person slap you? Will the person beat you up? Will the person kill you? Will the person shoot you? Will the person, I don't know, right? So, I mean, networking is very, very vital, okay, as far as building our, our remaining relevant at work is the next is seeking feedback, right? Feedback is very key. If you want to actually grow on your job, you must see feedback as being a constructive instrument for your growth. Okay, do not be the kind of person who don't like to take feedback. All right. The question is, what can you change? What can you improve? What can you become better at doing? Right. So feedback is very, very important, and this is also very crucial. Right. So it's not just going to be about work, work, work. Hello. Is somebody trying to say something? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you must also find time to do what to take care of yourself. Very, very important. Uh, yeah, that you do that, and how can you do that? You eat healthy, find time to also exercise yourself, sleep well. As much as you can, right? Keep things simple. Think positively as well. Okay, so this is something I actually want everyone to do. Okay, for me, before I end this session, I just want you guys to just type one thing what you would commit to implementing after this session based on the information I've shared with you guys. So what is that one thing you would commit to doing after this session that would help you stay and grow on your job? And in summary, ladies and gentlemen, um, staying, and going on the job is a journey. Like I said, is a journey of resilience, adaptability, and continuous learning. Right. I'm not also going to deny the fact that there will be no challenges. Definitely, challenges will come. Okay. The world of work, like I said, can be very, very complex, can be very difficult, right? But see this period as a time for you to learn and for you to also become better. See it as an opportunity to innovate and also to improve your worth. Remember, the key to thriving lies not just in surviving the storm, but also in using them to sharpen your skills, and to soar higher. Right? Your growth is a testament to your dedication. So, guys, please keep pushing forward, keep pushing, keep grinding, because your best is yet to come. I want to really encourage anyone who is actually feeling worried or is feeling perplexed or feeling disturbed. Maybe there's anyone who hasn't gotten a job yet and is feeling, oh God, when is this job going to come? Or maybe you'll be trying to switch jobs, or you'll be trying to transition from one role to the other. You must understand that it's a process driven part of it. Okay, so you have to understand the process, follow the process, make sure you are on track. Like I said, make sure you continue to stay relevant, make sure you continue to sharpen your skills. Continuous learning is very, very key. Okay, work with the right set of people. Network with people, have good mentors that can always mentor you, and all that. I can assure you that doing all these things, right, the sky, like we like to say, is not just going to be the limit for you, but it's also going to be a starting point, right? And I want to wish everyone a very, very fantastic and amazing career ahead. The world of work is very fantastic, right? So please enjoy yourself as much as you love your job. You must also find time for yourself as well, right? So on this note, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for your time, for listening with rapt attention, and I'm going to take questions if there are questions for me. Thank you very much once again. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Innie, for sharing those, valuable tips. Thank you so much. I really love that you had emphasized on mentorship and also networking, and as well, take care of yourself. We all just want to aim high in our career, and then
Yeah,
we just forget to just not take care of ourselves. So thank you so
exactly.
much for emphasizing on that. We'll
Thank you.
take questions now. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat box, or you can raise your hand. All right, Faith, you can proceed.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for everything you've shared. Thank you so, so much. It was very, very straightforward. Okay. So at the opening of your statement, of your speech, you said you can always plan how you want to progress. That is how you want to move from one career path to the other. Please, can you be a little bit more or shed some more light on this? Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's a very great question. Thank you for the feedback as well. I mean, what actually worked for me was the fact that I actually knew what I wanted for myself. Um, and I was very, very clear and also very intentional about it. So when I started my career, I identified some key areas that I actually knew I had good strengths, right? I mean, for example, I knew I wasn't ready for a sales job or for a marketing job, right? So I avoided anything that had to do with marketing or sales. You understand? And focused more on the administrative part. Then building myself into management. Then project management, like I said. So I actually knew what I want because I identified my strengths. I knew my strengths and also my weaknesses. Now, let me also tell you, because I mean, like I said earlier, initially I avoided sales and marketing, right? But I actually realized, okay, I then realized that in order for me to get to the peak of my career, maybe to become a CEO of my organization, I need to, be a great salesperson, okay, or a great marketer, right? So that was an area where I had weakness, but I identified those areas, and guess what I did? I actually did my MBA in marketing because I actually tell myself, in as much as I like to avoid sales and marketing, right, I must do something about it. I have to, sharpen my skills in that area. I have to improve myself in that area. Okay, because if I want to be great CEOs are great salespersons, salespeople, right? You cannot be a CEO without being a salesperson. So even so to those who see it that way, you must understand that these are things you also need to learn. So, like I said, I was very, very clear on what I wanted for myself. I knew my strengths, I knew my weaknesses, I knew the skills that I had. Okay, and I knew the things that I needed to learn or could learn much later in my career. So I just followed that path. Okay, so having that envision, like we call it, right? Envisioning is you creating a vision on how you want your career to look like. Yeah, so that's basically what worked for me as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I still have one more question, if you would permit.
Yes, please, you can go ahead.
All right, you gave 10 tips. I was only able to write down eight. That's people management, emotional intelligence, critical thinking, analytical, time management, and leadership, social influence, active learning. Then the
Okay.
last two, I missed them.
Okay.
Please.
That's when I spoke about the top 10 soft skills, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Let me take that out. I can take it very quickly. Critical thinking, analytical thinking, creativity, attention to details, complex problem solving, time management, leadership, and social influence. There's problem solving, reasoning and ideation. There's emotional intelligence and active learning, or you can call it learning strategies. Yeah, those are the 10. I hope you
Thank you.
got that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, Ini. Would anyone else like to ask the question? All right. I guess that's it for today. That's it for in this section. Thank you so much, Ini,
Thank
for
you.
those
Thank you so much.
actionable tips. Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for your time.
Appreciate it. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right. Moving right along.